They do.
Which means...
Which in English translates to the one, the two, and the rain. Which is a famous saying by St. Patrick, who originated in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
But known today as St. Petersburg. And they have a famous airport
That's true, though.
named Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah?
Kind of have trouble saying it.
Isn't that like in Newfoundland?
No, it's in Florida.
Steve said speech impediment.
I do have a speech impediment. And some words I do have trouble speaking because of that speech impediment. Now, back to my story. St. Patty, he originated in 1994.
He's a good guy. I've seen him.
Yeah, we met him there. Me and Steve used to go to school in Kingston, New Brunswick.
Yeah. He used to go to school.
But you just said we weren't born.
No, we were. You guys weren't.
Yeah,
I was born.
We're older than you guys.
I'm older
Anyways,
than you.
that's not part of the story.
I was born in 87.
Me and Steve went to school in Kingston, New Brunswick. It's a little town in New Brunswick outside of St. John.
You've ever
20
heard
minutes.
of it? You've ever heard of it?
And one day we're just sitting in class, and Mr. Wilson came in and
slammed the door.
Good treat for you guys.
Yeah.
St. Patty's here. So
Oh,
we
is
looked at
it
each
a
other.
prostate
I was like,
test?
Steve. I was like, oh, St. Patty. St. Patty's here. And then Steve's like, no shit, you're shitting us. You're shitting us. And
like,
I'm
no,
like, no, Steve, calm down.
For
Steve,
real.
calm down. Okay, we'll be there in less than an hour. So we went, me and Steve walking down the hall, and we were walking down one of the classrooms, and we look past in the classroom, we see this guy wearing this big green hat.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my fuck, Steve, come here. So me and Steve, crouching by the window,
Yeah.
I'm like, Steve, that's him. That's him.
That's the real deal.
He originated St. Patrick's Day.
Right there.
You know, most people think St. Patrick's Day is from Ireland.
Oh.
But that's not necessarily true.
Not at all.
See, St. Patrick's Day was not invented until that one very day that me and Steve seen St. Patrick's in the classroom.
And you invented
Grade
St.
7
Patrick's
classroom.
Day? So why did I celebrate St. Patrick's Day in 1993? And did you invent St. Patrick's
Because
Day?
That was just pre-Patrick's
back to my Fort Lauderdale speech impediment story.
Yeah.
There was an imposter from 1972
Okay.
up to 1994. And he made you guys think that St. Patrick's Day was for the Irish, and you drink green beer, and you thought everything was good.
So why do we
But not until that day, we did not see St. Patrick. Me and Steve seen him in real life.
saw him? So why do we still drink green beer?
Sorry.
Because of his hat.
We don't drink green beer.
But why did I
Is
drink
this
green?
beer green? I don't think so.
No, it
Why
doesn't
did I
look
drink
green.
green beer last?
allowed to be green. This past 1994.
Exactly.
That's just
At least you guys know. At least
Now you
that
guys-
up until 1994, you've been told lies.
Yeah.
But me and Steve that very morning
Yeah.
in Kingston, New Brunswick, of all places,
Yeah.
from Fort Lauderdale, and I was sitting there, I was like, Steve, come see this.
Yeah.
You gotta see this with your own eyes, because you won't believe me.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And
Like,
Steve looked at me with a look that I won't remember.
yeah.
I'll
Can
never
we
forget it.
show
Little
it?
guy, green hat.
I looked over at
Steve,
Steve.
give us the look.
He looked, no. The look.
The look.
He looked over at me and he's
It was,
like,
it was kind of like a,
Let's see.
It was like a what?
his
He
lip-
did it. Steve just did it. Do it, Steve.
kind of like a little.
like it wasn't a look per se,
It's
but
true.
a wink in
It
the
was,
gun.
it was
Like,
something. One of those things you just know what he's thinking.
Yeah.